What's going on out there? I'm your host, Talking Face, and this could be news brought to you by Royal Family Studios. It's hard to be a black Trump supporter. You're met with slurs, derogatory terms, and that's from your own people. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Don't believe me? Ask Kanye West. When he made up his mind to support Donald Trump, the black community, quote unquote, did not appreciate it. They even had CNN panel discussions on it.
Kanye West is what happens when Negroes don't read. And we have this now, and now Donald Trump is going to use it and pervert it, and he's going to have somebody who can stand with him and take pictures. Just looking at Scott.
Listen, black folks are about to trade Kanye West in the racial draft, okay? They've had it with him, and he's an attention whore like the president. He's all of a sudden now the model spokesperson. He's the token Negro of the Trump administration. This is ridiculous, and no one should be taking Kanye West seriously. He's clearly has issues. He's already been hospitalized.
A token Negro. Hilarious. I hope y'all keep that same energy because, again, Joe Biden just said this last Friday.
And you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Yeah, that was an actual racist thing to say. Old white men should never tell anyone you ain't black if you blank blank blank. You cannot be that clueless, Joe Biden, to believe that that was a good thing to say. And I know black people are going to hold Joe Biden to the same standards as they hold Donald Trump. No, they're not. They're not even going to pay attention to it because he's a Democratic nominee for president. Yeah, I kind of figured. Here's some black people caping for Joe Biden.
He apologized, he clarified, he said he shouldn't have been so cavalier, but we need to move on and talk about the issues and what's really at stake here.
The vice president shouldn't have said it. He apologized for it. But I really think the gall and the nerve of President Trump.
I believe that Joe Biden was incorrect in saying the statement, "You ain't black." But I also believe that his apology was sufficient.
That apology was given swiftly. He was saying, "I'm sorry, I was being too cavalier. I apologize."
To his credit, Joe Biden recognized within minutes that he had gotten carried away.
I think he has apologized, and he should have apologized. It was like, one of those jokes that just falls flat.
It's almost the end of the interview, and you need to understand the context.
If that don't look like shucking and jiving, I don't know what does. And then they said that Joe Biden apologized. Let's see what he said after he made those comments on the Breakfast Club. Joe Biden says, "I know that the comments have come off like I was taking the African American vote for granted." Translation, my bad for saying the quiet part out loud, because everybody already knows that Democrats take the African American vote for granted because they automatically assume that black people are going to vote Democrat. But let me keep going. But nothing could be further from the truth. I've never ever done that, and I've earned it every time I've run. I was making the point that I have never taken the vote for granted, and in fact, I know in order to win the presidency, I need the African American vote. And it was the driving force, as I said in the beginning of my campaign a year ago, to my being able to win in the first place and win the primary. And it is going to be critical to my winning the presidency. I didn't hear an apology. My mama told me when you apologize, make sure that you say, "I apologize." That's the key to apologizing. But that's not what this is about. Honestly, Democrats have always taken the African American vote for granted because they're like, man, we've been getting 95% of the vote for the longest, so, automatic. But I just hate the fact that people believe this, though. Honestly, what he said was a thought that a lot of people have about the black community, that we're a monolith, that we all just think the same and do the same thing. Your color or your race is something that you can't control. You're just born with it. The major difference between everybody on this planet is the thought process. There's nothing wrong with thinking different. There's no black way or white way of thinking. You can have your own beliefs. And what Joe Biden said was pretty goddamn racist. But that's all I got for you today. I'm your host, Talking Faith. If you can, like the video, please share and subscribe to the page. Peace.